Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TEW Local to Global 1987. We're back looking at some GCW Saturday Night's Wrestling, and we're also hosting Championship Wrestling 160 this episode, so let's get straight into the first show. We're going to go back to the Great Lakes. 709 fans are expected, and which venue did we choose? The MI Cardinal Gym, 620. Can we do higher? So I want 500 to 1,000. Well, we can do 600 to 1,000. All right, let's see. Anything for 7? $6, $850. No, we'll do the Walter Reuther Auditorium at 1,000 with it being a hotbed. Hotbed, if you don't know what that means, is you're more likely to draw a bigger audience, but they also expect a better rating for your show. With a 22 popularity, I doubt it'll matter much how bad the show is, unless we do like a 17, which won't happen no matter what. We could put Marcus Bagwell against like 1, 2, 3. No, actually, these two would do well. We can put Dwayne Gill versus Dave Finlay, and it would be still above what they want. Pretty sure that's what it means. Alright, so let's get to it. Last episode we had Dark Age and Harlem Heat kick off their feud. Johnny B. Bad. Who was Johnny B. Bad going to face next? Raven was going to face off against Johnny B. Bad next. Mr. JL and Dean Malenko continued their program for the Cruiserweight Championship. Austin and Franchise had their little problem. And Sting will defend the world title against Brian Pillman in the near future at Halloween Hell. So let's get to it. So we're going to open the show with Shane Douglas, Brian Pillman, Diesel, Mike Iris Rotundo, and Jeff Jarrett. Is that all a franchise? I'm pretty sure that's most of franchise, so let's get to it. Put them all on Entertainment and Menace for Diesel. He's just going to stand there. Franchise. Promo. And we can have Sting and Austin come out. I forgot to have him as Stunning. And we're going to do 10 minutes. So that takes care of the world title program. We're going to have a singles match open up our show with Dean Malenko, the Cruiserweight Champion. He's going to face off against the Cruiserweight. Who can challenge with the Cruiserweight Championship? Aldo Montoya. Let's do that. We're going to do 8 minutes. It's going to be for the Cruiserweight Championship, and Dean Malenko will retain. After that, we're going to have an interview with Gene Okerlund and Dean Malenko. Gene interviews Malenko. Okay. We're going to have a mid-card match next. Lower mid-card. We're going to do Savio Vega. He's going to face off against Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And in 6 minutes, Hunter will get the victory. We're going to get another singles match. We're going to get Johnny B. Bad as he faces off against Samu from the Head Shrinkers. Why not? Get the Intercontinental. Nope, that's Johnny Ace, not Johnny B. Bad. Alright, after the match, we're going to get Raven attacking Johnny B. Bad. And then our main event, we're going to get a singles match. We're going to get Booker T against Taskmaster. And in 14 minutes, Taskmaster will be getting the victory by tainted pinfall after interference from Papa Shango. Let's run the show. So opening up, we got Franchise in the ring, Shane Douglas, Brian Pillman, Diesel, Mike Iris Rotundo, and Jeff Jarrett. Pillman says he wants the World Championship. He's already said this, but he really wants it. He's challenging Sting to a match at Halloween Hell. Blah, blah, blah. All the generic stuff. Shane Douglas explains his actions. Why did franchise attack Austin without Pillman giving the order? Well, Douglas is tired of Austin being the most popular wrestler in GCW. That is obviously a lie. Brian Pillman is one of the most popular. But Shane Douglas also wants to be one of the icons of GCW, one of its prized possessions, one the fans can adore. So Shane Douglas challenges Stunning Steve Austin to a match at Halloween Hell. It'll be Shane Douglas versus Stunning Steve Austin in a match for the ages, with the winner being the almighty professional wrestler of GCW. And Austin and Sting come out. Austin accepts the challenge from Shane Douglas, and Sting proposes an idea. How about this? Shane Douglas and Brian Pillman versus Sting and Stunning Steve Austin at Championship Wrestling at the end of the month. And next week, we're going to get to see Sting defend his World Championship against Jeff Jarrett. And they all accept. So there you go. In the main event of Championship Wrestling 160, it'll be Sting and Austin versus Shane Douglas and Brian Pillman. And next week, we'll get a world title match between Sting and Jeff Jarrett. What an announcement. We go to Dean Malenko defending his Cruiserweight Championship in 734 against Aldo Montoya. Good match. After the match, we get a piss poor interview. Gene Okerlund interviews Dean Malenko. He says, "Mr. JL, I know who you really are. All these people know who you really are. Just unmask and prove to the world that you are Jerry Lynn. I am tired of being lied to in GCW. I was lied that I was going to be given opportunities. I was lied that I was going to be one of the top stars when they signed me. Well, lying no longer happens when Dean Malenko is champion. I am the Cruiserweight champion. I am the 1993 Summer Series winner. And Mr. JL, or should I say Jerry Lynn, at Championship Wrestling, you're going down." So Dean Malenko versus Mr. JL next Sunday on pay-per-view. It's not really pay-per-view, but Savio Vega versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Helmsley gets the victory in 6 minutes by pinfall with a pedigree. Vega with a 53, Hunter with a 62, a 65. Johnny B. Bad faces off against Samu. And in 8 minutes, Johnny B. Bad retains the Intercontinental Championship. He gets a 77, while Samu gets a 54. We get a 79. After the match, Raven attacks Johnny B. Bad, beating him to the ground, holding up the Intercontinental Championship, and before dropping it right back on Johnny B. Bad and walking to the back. Our main event, Booker T faces off against Taskmaster, and in 14-15, Taskmaster defeats Booker T by pinfall with a double stomp. So Booker with a 64, Taskmaster with an 82. These two teams, Booker T and Stevie Ray Harlem Heat, face off against Taskmaster, I can't speak, and Papa Shango on pay-per-view for the Tag Team Championships. I can't wait to see that. 76, ups our popularity in 3 regions, the Great Lakes, Tri-State, and of course the Mid-South. So, pretty good show. Alright, we're going to sim to next week's Saturday Night's Wrestling. The final show before Championship Wrestling 160. Second show of today's episode, final Saturday Night's Wrestling before Championship Wrestling 160. Back to the Great Lakes we go. We get a new arena. Alright. So this main event, we're going to get Sting defending the World Championship against Jeff Jarrett. Alright, we're going to get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line as well. Sting gets the victory. It's going to be decisive. And after that, we're going to have an angle. We're going to have Jeff Jarrett, Diesel, Brian Pillman, Shane Douglas, and Mike R.S. Rotundo, Sting, and of course, Stunning Steve Austin. Get everybody on their correct setting. We're going to get you on selling, and you are going to be on acting, Steve. Okay. Franchise going to beat down Sting. Austin makes the save. 6 minutes, we're going to get Dark Age, got a backstage promo. Dark Age, backstage promo. Alright, it's going to be 5 minutes. We're going to get another singles match on this card. We're going to get Mr. JL as he faces off against Chris Candido, with Mr. JL getting the victory. We will, however, have interference from Dean Malenko, the Cruiserweight Champion. We're going to get another singles match. Just making sure I didn't miss any storylines. The Raven, Johnny B. Baz storyline I still got to take care of, but that's fine. So 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Commander Cobra. Raven gonna cut a backstage promo. Alright, we're gonna get Steve Blackman versus, who can we put him against? Eddie Guerrero, that can open the show. Alright, and then on the pre-show, we're going to get Babyface Jericho facing off against Cronus from the Eliminators. And in a surprising upset, Chris Jericho will be getting the victory. Let's run it. Opening us up, we got Chris Jericho defeating John Cronus in 10-11 by submission with the Lion Tamer. On the pre-show, Jericho gets an upset victory over a former tag team champion. Multiple time tag team champion, might I add. 65. We open the show with Eddie Guerrero defeating Steve Blackman in 7-10 by pinfall with a frog splash. Blackman with a 43, Guerrero with a 60. We got Raven cutting a backstage promo. He will win the Intercontinental Championship this Sunday when he defeats Johnny B. Bad with ease. 56. 1, 2, 3 Kid defeats Commander Cobra. Not much to add, just nothing match. Mr. JL defeats Chris Candido after interference from Dean Malenko. He was able to surpass the odds and hit Chris Candido, locking him in the cross arm breaker submission, making him tap in 9:53, a 61. We got the Dark Age backstage, Taskmaster and Papa Shango. Taskmaster is saying that Harlem Heat will fall to Dark Age this Sunday, and we get new World Tag Team Champions, and the Age of Darkness will rise over GCW. A 71. Our main event, Sting defeats Jeff Jarrett in 15:27 by submission with the Scorpion Deathlock. He makes defense number 7 of the WWA World Heavyweight Championship and number 5 of the GCW World Championship. Sting with a 73, Jarrett with a 67 and 80. And after the match, Franchise are beating down Sting. A little bit angry that Jeff Jarrett lost the match. They beat down Sting with just chairs, kendo sticks, anything they can get their hands on. And out comes Stunning Steve Austin. Diesel goes to hit Austin with a powerbomb. Austin gets out of the way, clotheslines Diesel over the top rope. Mike IRS Rotundo running at Austin. Austin drops the top rope. IRS goes flying out of the ring. Jeff Jarrett tries to hit Austin with the guitar. Austin ducks and he accidentally hits Shane Douglas with the guitar, who gets out of the ring. And Austin finally hits the stunner on Jeff Jarrett before throwing him over the top rope and out of the ring. Brian Pillman just slowly backing away and not attacking Austin. And Austin doesn't attack him either. And that's how we end this episode of Saturday Night's Wrestling on pay-per-view. Brian Pillman and Shane Douglas versus Sting and Austin. Alright. What's the world? I think it's alright. Alright, let's go to the final show of this episode, Championship Wrestling 160. Alright, time to run GCW Championship Wrestling 160. Let's get to it. Opening up our show, we got Diamond Dallas Page coming out with a microphone, and he says, after saying that I was underutilized in GCW, I was proven right by not being put on the show in a few weeks, even a few months. I am tired and I'm sick. I'm challenging anybody in the back to a singles match right here, right now. 85. And out comes babyface Jericho, making his debut out of the pre-show, I'm pretty sure. He might have had a few matches before, I don't know. And Jericho gets the upset over DDP in 10 minutes by pinfall with a surprise cradle. DDP with an 80, Jericho with a 62, gets a 79. Good opener. Good way to start off Championship Wrestling. Let's get up to the next match. Raven versus Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad retains the Cruiserweight, the Intercontinental Championship in 1426. Again with a quick cradle. Raven with a 73. And Johnny B. Bad with an 86. He is unsuccessful here tonight, Raven, unfortunately. His string of bad luck continues. An 83. Dean Malenko versus Mr. JL, and Malenko retains the Cruiserweight Championship in 1448 by submission. Malenko with an 85, JL with a 71, improving technical skill though. An 80. After the match, Dean Malenko was trying to rip off the mask of Mr. JL, but out comes Chris Benoit to make the save. Takes out Malenko, helps Mr. JL to the back. So Benoit joins the Cruiserweight Championship program. We're going to see how that goes next episode. In 82, get the World Tag Team Championship. Harlem Heat retain against the Dark Age in 15 minutes when Booker defeated Taskmaster by pinfall with a Harlem Hangover. They make defense number 4 of the World Tag Team Championship. Stevie with a 72, Booker with an 80, Shango with a 41, and Taskmaster with an 88. Improving in Rumble skill is Papa Shango. After the match, Raven comes into the ring and helps the Dark Age, beating down Harlem Heat. Both Taskmaster and Papa Shango hold up the Tag Team Championships, and Raven raised their hands before they all walk to the back. So now the next match. The match that everybody's been waiting for. The world has been waiting for this. A tag team contest for the ages. Brian Pillman and Shane Douglas defeat Sting and Stunning Steve Austin when Shane Douglas gets the upset over the world champion Sting after pinning him by using a foreign objects. Austin with a 92, Sting with a 95, Douglas with an 89, and Pillman with a 91. We finish off the show with a 94. We're going to tell Brian Pillman, Sting, and Stunning Steve Austin that they're great. So an upset victory for Shane Douglas. Alright, gets a .04. 48 grand loss. The loss is getting smaller every time though, which is good. Alright. Thank you guys for watching this episode of GCW Local to Global. Make sure to like if you like this video, subscribe if you want more, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.